Hello, my friends. I hope you're all doing well today. I have had a wonderful day. I met with Courtney in person. It was lots of fun. And I went to Publix today and I got a sub, which was really good. I gotta tie my hair back again. Give me 1 second on that. Everybody let me know how you're doing. What's your day like today? It's Sunday. This is our Court Watchers Anonymous meeting. It's where we all come and admit that we have a problem. And I'm late for my shift. Yeah. The best part, though, Lisa, is that I'm the boss, so I can be late if I want. Oh, hi, Grammy Rita. Hope you're doing well. I don't know how that looks. We'll see. We'll leave it for a minute. Um, Let me see who's here, please, as I pull open the chat. Melanie Copeland, Lisa Figalicious, KT, Ron Mitchell, Vicky Pathless, Lisa, um, Sashina, Streamlabs. Mayor is here. Mike is here. Um, Lisa's going to be thrown off by my uneven boobage, as usual. Jack of Hearts is here. Dana is here. You want me to see my nails? Oh, God. I want you to be able to see them proper. They are French tip with a blue accent line, and then there is a anchor. Why can't you fucking see it? It's still focusing on me. Look at it there. An anchor on my accent nail. Grammy Rita is here. They're super cute. They're still the same. Yeah, I haven't got them changed. They're still the same. I ain't rich. Kept them the same. We saw Denali Mike yesterday, didn't we? I think we saw Denali Mike. What was I trying to say? I don't know. You guys distracted me with. No, I did see Denali Mike yesterday. I'm pretty positive about it. Pretty positive. Y'all might think I don't pay attention, but I do. I read the chat. I promise I do. I read them all. Pretty sure he was here just for a little bit, but maybe he left. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Y'all seem to think I'm wrong. Okay. Um, what was I gonna say? It is the 1st of October. We made it through September. It is now October, ladies and gentlemen. That means we are going to be starting our Halloween festivities for the channel, um, which I think will be very fun once I decide what they are. Haven't yet. Anyways, you guys, I really hope that you're having a great day so far. I really have been, although it did rain here. Oh, Lisa, shit, gotta pay rent. I know. It's that time of year. It's that time of year. Or the time of day. Month. The time of the month. That's what it is. Anyways, we're gonna watch some Judge Kim. We're hearkening back to an earlier time. I'm being lazy. We're going with some Judge Kimmy Kim, Kimmy Kim, 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 Kim in the 323rd District Court of Tarrant County, Texas, where the juveniles are presumed guilty and held without bail until Judge Kim decides to let them go. Uh, Allegedly. I'll say allegedly. Um, yeah, let's get going with that. Better than we deserve. Fuck, MB. I think we need some Judge Porter. Like, I would, oh, actually, of all the judges, I would like to have dinner with Judge Porter. I gotta fix my eye makeup. See, that's just bad. It's just not good enough. I'm gonna go fix that. Uh, I'm gonna get this playing, then I will go fix it. Mayor, are you holding our Jody hostage with your Prince Albert pics? You guys are hilarious. I fucking love you all. You're going out of Virginia, Mike. I think that, I got the fuck out of Canada for a little while. Um, Anyways, like I said, let me get this court going. It's Judge Kimmy Kim. I'm gonna go fix my eye makeup. I'll be right back.
This is the detention docket for the 323rd District Court for Wednesday, November 25th, 2020. In compliance with the Texas Supreme Court Emergency Order Number 29, we are not conducting in-person proceedings. However, we are conducting these hearings remotely via Zoom. And to comply with the Texas Open Courts Act, we are broadcasting these proceedings on YouTube for the public to observe our in-court proceedings. No portion of this court hearing may be broadcast, recorded, or published. Violations of this order are punishable by contempt of court of up to 6 months in the Tarrant County Jail and a $500 fine. So we'll go ahead and start with, the court also expects everyone to behave appropriately for a courtroom setting. If you're not an officer of the court, then you're expected to be on camera, not in bed, but sitting down, not in a bathroom. There's no domesticated animals running across the screen, no bright lights in the background or distracting objects like a moving vehicle or ceiling fan. So, EA Loera, if you can please turn on camera. Mark Hopkins, please turn on your camera. Kedra Staten, please turn on your camera. iPhone, there we go. Mr. Berger, you may want to change your name. I might accidentally kick you one day. I think I have in the past. Okay. All right, so I'm going to remove Mr. Hopkins. Latina Horton, please turn on your camera. I'm going to remove Ms. Horton.
Hi, Beverly.
All right, so I believe we have Jalen Rice from the Tarrant County Jail. Good morning, Mr. Rice. Judge Kim, this is a 10-day detention hearing. You've been in custody for 10 days, so I'm reviewing your case to decide whether to keep you in custody or to release you. If I keep you in custody, the law says you have to see a judge every 10 days. So this goes back to July where there's an arson investigation. I think it was the ex-girlfriend's house where there were small children inside the house when allegedly you tried to burn it down. So we had detention hearings, 10-day hearings, and that. All right, so I released you on electronic monitor back in September. You cut off your monitor. You did not appear for court. When we brought you in, you refused to take your UA. On October 30th, you refused to leave your room for the detention hearing. We took the computer to your pod, and you managed to strip half naked for court. And so I ordered you detained, and I ordered you detained in the downtown jail because you cannot follow the rules here at Kimbo. And so I'm concerned that if I let you go, you would just cut off your EM and run off again. So I'm going to go ahead and detain you. Thank you.
Your Honor, can I speak?
Do you have a question for me, or do you just want to tell me something?
I mean, I think he's basically the DA is just holding him there. They haven't even determined what they're going to do.
The DA is not holding him there. I'm holding him there. It's, if he's going to show that much respect for court for not even appearing, when he cut off his EM, he didn't show up to court when he was supposed to. And when he's in our facility, he refuses to get out of his room. In the time to get the computer back to his room, he strips half naked for me. That's offensive. And so that shows me he is not willing to take any supervision, any responsibility. He wants to do grown man things, allegedly, and doesn't want to accept grown man consequences. So that's why he's in the position that he's in. Okay, so it has nothing to do with you, Mom. But he's making very poor choices. If he's going to be that disrespectful to me, then I have no confidence he's going to come back to court when he's supposed to.
I mean, with all due respect, you have seen him several times. I have seen you several times, and I've showed up every single time, even when you did not show up.
Who wants to tell her? Who wants to tell her? It's not gonna help. You're not reading the room, lady. He ain't going nowhere. Wow. Again, we've played bingo before. We should have played bingo tonight, but we played bingo before, and the square parent making it worse. It's on there. Um, uh, yeah, Dana, you make such a good point, right? Like, she's saying, with all due respect, but, you know, I don't know if I would classify this as a helicopter parent, Lisa. I would classify this as enabling behavior, but not necessarily helicopter parenting. I have a, I have to say, I don't think most helicopter parents would allow their child to be somewhere to commit an arson. Like, at least my understanding of it is like they're not alone. They're never, they're watched constantly. I'm not getting that vibe from her. I'm getting a little more excuses made after the fact, enablement. Um, More like a Cadillac Escalade parent. Hey, Mike, don't knock my ride, please. I like the Escalade. Hey, Courtney. There's my girl, Courtney. It was lovely meeting you earlier today. Thank you so much. Love you. And Courtney can vouch, and Donna. Now, multiple people can vouch. I'm actually like this in person. This is Mike. Anyways, let's just see how further of a hole this judge or this lady digs herself in. Yeah, a helicopter parent would be with the kid all the time, would not allow him to do anything, would literally wrap the kid up and bubble wrap. That's what I thought a helicopter parent was. I'm not a helicopter parent. I mean, I'm a parent that travels in a helicopter sometimes, but I'm not a helicopter parent. I don't know if there's a big difference. Also, Billy Elliott's here. Welcome, welcome. Um, Anybody else who's just arrived, please say hello in the chat. Make sure you've clocked in for your shift by hitting that like button. Super helpful to YouTube Daddy and to me. And it's a free way you can help your girl out. I mean, we're just off to a bang with this one, right? Off to a bang.
Oh,
I'm the one that turned them
absolutely.
in.
Absolutely. And the law says actually I can issue a warrant for the parent when they don't show up to court when they're supposed to. But you, mom, you don't understand how much respect I have for you. I can only imagine how frustrating it is to try and supervise Jalen when he's refusing your supervision. But if he's showing me this, if he's showing me this much disrespect, I cannot imagine how much disrespect he shows you. So kudos to you. I mean, I have so much just admiration for you for sticking with your son and always being here and trying to support him and going to bat for him. But if he's going to be that rude to me, man, you have the heart of an angel for always being here because I'm sure he has pushed it way too far with you. So, but unfortunately, I can draw the line. As a mom, you have your love for your son. You'll always be there for him. And so you're always looking for the bright side of things. For me, it's a very black and white issue. If he literally took off clothes just because he knew the courtroom camera was coming.
Well, I think he had it all prior to that because he did.
No, he didn't.
He did express to me.
He had his clothes on when it was time to come to court, and while the detention officers were gone, he went and took off his clothes just for court. So, and that's why he's in Tarrant County Jail. I would have given him a chance at Kimbo, but if he's refusing to come to court out of his pod, then no, I'm not gonna play that. I'm not gonna play that game. Okay. So he's 17 now. He's a grown man, and he's got grown man consequences.
And I understand that, but I mean, there's been kids that cut off their ankle monitor before, and you release them. I understand the disrespect that you're saying that he showed to you. However, I think we should consider his mental state too, and not go off a personal emotion that you feel towards him, or that you felt like he was giving you.
Wait, as far as his what?
I don't think we should go off our personal emotions. I feel like when you're making your decision, you're going off your personal feelings towards Jalen.
Right. No, I understand what you're saying. It's not really personal emotions. I promise you, any person that strips half naked for court, I would detain them all. It has nothing to do with your son or a personal thing with him. That would go for anybody who strips for court. Yeah, and here's part of the problem, Mom, is when he's at Kimbo, we have the behavior levels. I can see if he's respectful, following the rules. But once he made the decision to refuse to come to court and be as rude as he was, he goes to downtown jail. They don't monitor his behavior there, right? They're just an inmate. So he does not have the opportunity to show that he can change and that he's level 1 outstanding, any of that. He's stuck there because I have no idea if he's behaving or not. But this is a consequence.
Is there a possibility of bringing him back, Kimbo, and giving him another chance, at least on that? Because the mother said we're waiting for the DA. The DA hadn't decided whether they're going to do a certification or whether they're going to wait forever to have a jury trial on a determined sentence. So we're in a holding pattern, and it might be a while. And I'd ask the court to bring him back to Kimbo to see if he does any better.
How long has he been in downtown jail? Since October 30th? Yeah, it hasn't even been a month yet.
Your Honor, we're scheduled for a certification hearing on January 7th.
Okay. So they did file a petition for certification?
That's what JCMS is showing, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Gladstone, have you received a copy of that petition?
Yeah, I have. They've got a petition for certification and determined sentence, but I wasn't aware of the date. That's news to me.
Okay. Yeah, that may have just happened. Mary's been sick today and yesterday, so she may not have been able to get that notice to you. But I think you said January 7th. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Gladstone, does that work with your schedule?
Yes.
All right. So, yeah, at this point, no. I mean, at this point, I don't see, he just went so far overboard. I'm not inclined to. There's consequences to decisions. So I'm not sure what more he could have done to make it worse.
Well, I could tell you what more he could have done to make it work. Come on, Judge Kim. Are you fucking joking? He could have not just been half naked. He could have been totally naked. He could have been doing offensive things while naked. There's any number of ways that he could have made it worse. What I was stopping for is because what he just said there is a phrase I've heard a lot. What did he say?
At this point, no. At this point, I don't see, he just went so far overboard. I'm not inclined to. There's
just went so far overboard. Yeah, that one. That's the one. Heard that a lot. Yeah, that's the one.
Consequences to decisions. So, I'm not sure what more he could have done to make it worse, but that's pretty much on the extreme. So, all right, so Ms. Rice, I understand your position, but I hope you understand mine as well. So, thank you, Mr. Gladstone.
Thank you, Judge.
Alexis Clark. I think this is the last Tarrant County Jail. Sheriff, thank you very much for bringing this inmate. We appreciate you. Have a good Thanksgiving.
All right, you too, Judge. Yeah, the rest of you.
Alexis Clark.
I'm muted.
All right. Hello, Ms. Clark. I'm Judge Kim. This is a 10-day detention hearing. You've been here for 10 days, so I'm reviewing your case. I'm deciding whether to keep you here or release you. If I keep you here, you see a judge every 10 days. You have the right to remain silent. You have a right to an attorney. Mr. Berger is your attorney. Mr. Berger, if you can introduce yourself so she sees you.
Hi, Alexis. Can you see me?
Yeah, I can see you.
Okay, great. All right, so Alexis, this is the one where I released you to Phoenix House. They refused to take you because of the proximity to your father. Your probation officer called me and asked if you could spend the night with your dad or to bring you back. I said I need to bring you back, so then you ran off. So I have a feeling if I let you out, you're just going to run away again. I'm going to go ahead and detain you. Thank you, Alexis.
Can I go to county? My birthday's on Saturday. I'll be 17 on Saturday.
Yeah, we'll review that. Are you asking to go to county?
Yeah.
I'm not sure you really want to do that. Have you been in county before?
Yeah, I lied about my age and who I was.
I'm sorry?
I lied about my age one time and who I was, and I went to county.
I don't understand what you're saying. You're what?
I lied about my age and who I was one time, and they took me to county.
The last time I'm agent?
She lied about her age, Judge.
Oh, she lied about her age.
Yeah.
Okay. And you were in the Tarrant County Jail.
Yeah, I went to Tarrant County. I've been to Parker County before too.
I don't understand what you're saying.
I said,
You've been in Parker County Jail as well.
Okay. But you've been in the Tarrant County.
Okay, so what she's doing here is just admitting to crimes that she doesn't need to admit to. Sweetheart, all you had to say was yes. Been. Oh my God. These poor kids. Hi, Jay from Michigan. Welcome, welcome, welcome tonight is our Court Watchers Anonymous meeting. I'd invite you all to come down to the front, say hello, tell us why you're addicted to court, and then indulge in some court with us, because this ain't no 12-step program. Okay, this is a 1-step program. You talk about it and we watch it.
Jail, correct?
You're under a fake name.
I'm sorry?
You're a fake name.
And how long were you there?
Like 4 days, something like that.
You understand that if you go to county, you can't bond out, right?
Yes.
Okay, so you would just sit there until the case is disposed of.
Yeah.
You know, ask me on your 17th birthday, and if that's an informed decision that you're making, Mr. Berger, I advise you to kind of admonish her and let her know the differences. But I mean, I feel like if you're 17, you're making that request. I mean, I'll honor that request.
I'll be 17 on Saturday. Can I come back to court on Monday or something?
On this, probably not this Monday, but we'll try and schedule it next week.
Okay.
Judge, I'll,
Okay, Mr. Berger. Yeah, I mean, yeah, if that's her desire, then I'm not sure I'm really gonna deny that. Do we have a parent here for Alexis?
Your Honor, I did not see one on the Zoom.
All right. Thank you, Alexis. We'll see you next week. Elizabeth Burgess.
I know, the reality is we're all addicted to the chat. I love y'all.
Your Honor, there should be a parent for her also in the courtroom.
They're walking into.
Are you here?
You can talk to your daughter first, okay? You can go see whoever's talking.
Miss Burgess? Oh, there we are. All right, Miss Burgess, I'm Judge Kim. This is a detention hearing. When a kid's brought to our facility, you need to see a judge within 2 days. I'll decide whether to keep you in custody or to release you. If I keep you here, you will see a judge every 10 days while you're here. You do have a right to remain silent. You have a right to an attorney. If you cannot afford an attorney, I'll provide one for you. So, Kenneth Walensky, please do not point the camera at your ceiling. You need to be in the picture. Thank you, sir. And Mr. Newman has been appointed as your attorney. So, Elizabeth, you're 15 years old. You have never been here before. So we brought you in yesterday. Richland Hills said that on the 23rd, there was a response to a person with a gun call. Somebody said that Elizabeth came to her property and started to argue with her. She was looking for her son and daughters. They told you to leave. As you were leaving, you said, "I'm not going to feel bad when your son gets shot and this whole place gets shot up." So the victim said that Elizabeth threatened her daughters before and was just involved in a fight with them the day before. They said you walked around the corner of the property, off-site, got into a red vehicle, and left. Then they found out through a video recording that the driver was Joshua Collins and pointed a gun at her daughter as the vehicle was leaving. So the police found the vehicle. There were 4 people in there: Joshua, Tanner, Elizabeth, and Jordan. Joshua told officers he knew the traffic stop was about. There's a black BB gun, which resembled a Glock, was under the driver's seat. They were both taken into custody. The officer believed that you made threats that put people in fear of their life. So your mom says that you snuck out of the home, went back to the victim's house after being told not to. She told you you could not associate with Joshua. I guess Joshua, why do I recognize the name Joshua? Is he a juvenile or an adult?
He's a juvenile, Your Honor. He's after her. He's on the docket for today.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Mom says other than normal teenage behavior, she doesn't have issues with other youth in the home. Ms. Turner, what time of day did this happen?
This happened about 9 o'clock at night.
Sunday. All right, Mom, tell me what's really going on.
You said it pretty well. I mean, that's what's going on. They had problems with the girls had problems. The house that they went to, I know one of the girls that was with them, that's her parents' house, and that was her sister, and it's so their family. You know, the three girls, we all reside at the same place. We all live together. And the house that they went to, one of the girls that lives with us, that was her sister and parents' house, I'm assuming. That's what I can't get. I haven't talked to Elizabeth since she's been arrested, so.
All right, hold on a second. Ms. Simmons, you cannot point the camera at your ceiling, okay? The camera has to be pointed at you. This is a warning for everyone. I'm tired of this. I'm just gonna start removing people if you can't behave appropriately for court. All right. So, Mom, you're saying that Elizabeth's sister lives at the victim's house?
No, the victim's the victim's sister lives in the same house with us.
Okay.
And I was unaware of that until yesterday.
Is this all? I mean,
I to be honest, I don't even know why any of this started, but it's been ongoing for the past few months over social media. And then you know, they got into a fight the day before she got arrested, and she has a black eye from some 18-year-old boy over there hit her in the face, and that's I told her not to go back over there because of that, and that's when she went back over there.
So it sounds like Elizabeth's just kind of getting out of control. I guess my next question, Mom, please take this in the spirit I'm intending this. I really, I can't imagine in this day and age what it's like to raise teenagers, girls especially, okay? So why is she out at 9 o'clock on a Sunday night?
She snuck out.
Okay, oh, that's right.
And she didn't tell me where she was going or anything.
Does she have a history of running away?
No.
No, just sneaking out once in a while?
Yeah, it's only happened a few times, and the other times I was able to get a hold of her, or, you know, she was arrested this time, so that's why she didn't come back, but she's never just left and not came back.
Who are her friends? Who's she hanging out with?
The two girls that live with us, but they don't go anywhere usually. They just stay at the house.
And then Joshua is your son or is half brother? No.
He's a friend of hers from Lake Worth.
Well, Elizabeth, this is very gender neutral of me, but anytime a kid is brought in here with anything related to a gun, even if it's a fake gun, I always detain them. Okay? That's just the way it is. And so I want to make sure, because here's the thing, if you're with somebody that points a gun at somebody else, and the other person has a real gun, you very well could get shot. And so I'm just not interested in putting you back in that situation, or any kid. So at this point, I'm detaining you. We're going to watch your behavior level, and then I'll make a decision to release you if you can show that you can follow the rules and behave here. I'm going to let you know that, Mom, how's she doing in school? What are her grades like?
Since the COVID thing, we haven't, it's not good right now. I have to get it all started and going again. I really don't want to send her into public school. I want to do online school for her.
What are her grades? What are her grades like?
Her grades were good, but she was having a lot of problems fighting at school.
What were her grades like?
She made A's. She made good grades, but her behavior at school wasn't good. She was sent to the alternative school within like the first week of being there.
For fighting?
Threatening a boy.
Yeah, Elizabeth, you know, all this violent behavior is not looking good for you. At a certain point, people just want you to be just a girl. I mean, I don't know why you want to live this thug lifestyle. All right, well, Elizabeth, if you get to level 1O, I will, and hold it for 3 days, I'll release you. Okay, so it takes about 3 days to get to level 1O. You've got to hold it. If you drop down, it starts over again. Right? So then you got to get back to level 1.0 and then hold it for 3 days. That shows me that you can follow the rules. If you can't follow the rules, you're not going to get out of here. All right? Now, if you can follow the rules, I'll let you go. But Mom, I'm just going to set a rule that she has have to have no access to social media. Right? 0. We're just cutting it off. All right? I need you to help me out on this one. Okay? Mom, you and I are going to work together to help Elizabeth. If she is, then please let probation know. We're just going to bring her back here. All right? In fact, Elizabeth, we have another child here today because he was ordered to no social media, and it took him about an hour to break that, and he was just let go yesterday. He's already back here today. If you think I'm not going to bring you back in here because you're on Instagram or whatever, yeah, I'll bring you back. And the police and our courts are watching. And that even means if you're with friends and they take your picture and it pops up on social media, that's enough. I'll bring you back. You were to have a 0 social media footprint until Mom tells us that you're respectful, you're following the rules, and you think you deserve to have it back. Mom, we are expecting you to help us with this order, okay? And so, but I figure probably about a month without it, and that's probably a good starting point. If it's less than a month, I don't think she's really understood where we're coming from.
Exactly.
Okay? All right, Elizabeth, do you have any questions for me?
I do have a statement, is that I was unaware of the gun the whole time until it was brought out.
That's not my issue. The fact that you were in this situation with a person, the kind of person that would carry around a fake BB gun and display it like a real gun, that's the thing. It's not necessarily the BB gun itself, it's the fact that you chose to get in a car with the kind of person that would do that, right? It's like your picker is broken. You're picking the wrong friends. And I have a feeling, Elizabeth, that if you just listened to your mom about who you should hang out with and not hang out with, you would not be in this situation. But at some point, you decided you know more than your mom, and all your mom's bad. So you know why your mom knows this? You know why your mom's right about your friends? Because she made the same bad mistakes. And she watched her friends make the same bad mistakes. So it's not that you're saying, Mom, you're right and I'm wrong. What it is you're saying, Mom, you've lived through this. You've seen the problems. And you're giving me advice based on what you've seen. Not just because you know it, it's because she's watched it happen. So at a certain point, you're either going to trust your mom's experience and that she's being honest with you and being straight up with you, or you're going to ignore it. If you keep on ignoring it, you're going to be in Kimbo for years and years. Or you can turn the corner and say, you know what? My mom's not right about everything, but what she's been through. And that's all she's doing. She's just sharing with you the mistakes that she's made. Is that right, Mom? That's all it is. She's not saying that she's a better person or smarter. She's just saying, I've seen the mistakes. I've seen kids get in trouble. I don't want you to be like my friends, or maybe like Mom's own personal mistakes in the past. She's just trying to save you from coming to Kimbo. That's all she was doing. Well, if you're going to ignore her, you end up in Kimbo. And as she gets older, she's trying to save you from getting shot or getting assaulted or ending up in adult jail. She's just trying to keep you from doing that. And if you don't trust her, then you will end up getting shot, assaulted, or end up in adult jail. It's really that simple. All right, Elizabeth, you know what I'm expecting from you. So I just laid it out. Thank you. Joshua Collins.
Yes, Your Honor. Yes, sir.
Judge Kim's in a nice mood today, it seems. Towards the parents, at least. Also, hi, Daylight.
I'm Judge Kim. This is a detention hearing. Law says when kids brought to our facility, you have to see a judge within 2 days. I have to decide whether to keep you here to release you. If I keep you here, the law says you see a judge every 10 days while you're here. You have the right to remain silent, and you have a right to an attorney. If you can't afford an attorney, we'll provide one for you. Mr. Berger is your attorney. All right, so this is the one with Elizabeth. Evidently, you pointed a BB gun. She threatened to shoot up a house, and then you pointed a BB gun that looked like a real gun at them, which just followed up. And you are on probation for, is he on probation? No, he's just discharged from probation.
Yes, he completed in March.
Mr. Dawson, why do I know his name so well? Is it just?
He was placed on probation by Judge Nolan in 2019. And he was in detention. You may have seen him in detention during 2019.
Okay, that's
For
fine.
detention
Name
hearing.
sticks out, but he's had a couple problems on probation. See, so do we not give him a drug test?
He refused to take drug tests.
Oh, Joshua, hiding your meth habit, huh? So do we have a parent here?
Yes.
Okay, we have a parent here. Great. Hey, Joshua, when a kid refuses our drug test, I just assume you're hiding drugs. So I assume you are hiding I assume you're positive for every drug on that list. So whenever you kick your heroin habit, you can come clean, and then I might consider letting you out. But I'm assuming you're using PCP, acid, Xanax, speed, meth, coke, yeah, all that stuff. You're just hiding all of it from me. So I'm going to go and detain you for your drug use. Thank you, Mr. Collins. Marshall Dudley.
He should have took the drug. Fortunately, they're told recommendation. No, he's never denied it, so I know it's something.
Marshall Dudley. All right, Mr. Dudley, I'm Judge Kim. This is a detention hearing. When a kid's brought to our facility, you see a judge within 2 days. I decide whether to keep you here or release you. If I keep you here, sit up, Mr. Dudley. This isn't your grandma's sofa. Sit up. All right, Mr. Dudley, you judge within 2 days of being here. I decide whether to keep you here or release you. If I keep you here, you need to judge every 10 days while you're here. You have the right to remain silent. You have a right to an attorney. We have appointed Ms. Barrows as your attorney. Ms. Barrows, are you here?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, good morning. All right, Marshall, you've never been here before. 14 years old. Saying yesterday about 3 o'clock, police were dispatched for robbery call. Victim was selling ice cream in a gray Toyota pulled up. 3 black males got out wearing hoodies. 2 of them had pistols. Hit the victim in the head and face with one of the pistols. Another one held a gun to his head. Victim gave him $150 and they left in the vehicle. Police got the license plate. The vehicle was stolen. It was stolen in aggravated robbery the day before. Police found the vehicle nearby, and when the vehicle was stopped, 2 people took off running, 1 adult and Isaac Murray. They were detained. Marshall was in the vehicle. They found a firearm in the back of the vehicle. Dad, is that you?
Yes, sir.
Who's Isaac Murray?
I don't know who these kids is.
Why is your son running around with kids with guns in a stolen car?
Yeah, it's all new to me, really. He ain't no kid like that. When I heard the robbery, like, what is you doing? Total shock to me.
What was he doing at 3 o'clock, out 3 o'clock yesterday? Do you know?
I thought it was some friends, not no type of stuff like this. Full of stuff like
Mr. Crawls, was Marshall identified as one of the gunmen?
Your Honor, the initial report that came through was just kind of probable cause police report. 2 paragraphs state how they identified them, that they matched descriptions. It says 2 guns in the victim statement. Only 1 gun was found. I have no identification on if it was an adult and juvenile that jumped out, if it was 2 juveniles, who had guns, what type of guns, just that 2 guns.
Can you follow up with the police department?
Yes, I will. Like I said, that was the initial. We should be getting the full report in later today, or if a detective is handling the rest of the matter, it'll be a day or so.
All right, Marshall, this is where I'm sitting at right now. Anytime a kid has a gun, it gives me great concern. I don't think children should have guns. I don't think there's a single adult in this county that believes children should have guns unsupervised. Your dad even agrees with me. All right. That being said, I'm always very cautious when the kids around guns and guns used in crimes. At this point, I'm going to detain you. Right? Now, the fact that the other 2 ran and you sat in the car waiting and you were not the driver, that says a lot to me. I need to be comfortable that if you were not one of the gunmen, then I'm actually comfortable releasing you. Because you have no priors, and there's nothing about you knowing there's a gun, that you were involved with a gun, I can see you just being a passenger. However, if it turns out you're one of the gun guys, then I'm going to hold you here longer to make sure I'm comfortable releasing you. Okay, but at this point, this is the consequence of you running around with other thugs with guns robbing people in a stolen car. Okay? What saved you right now, what gives you hope, had you had run when everyone else ditched the car, then I'd be holding you without pause. I'm considering this only because you sat there and you did the right thing. It's never too late to start doing the right thing. Okay, Dad, do you understand where I'm coming from?
Yeah, you said.
And you understand my hesitation because there were guns used in the robbery. If your son wasn't one of the gun guys actually committing the robbery, because I can see at 14 years old, he might have just been along for the ride and not known all this was happening. The fact that he sat there and he did the right thing, that means, Dad, you did some good part on your side with raising a good kid. Okay? So that's where I'm sitting right now. I'm going to wait and see. I will wait for that police report to see if he was not one of the gunmen. I'm actually comfortable releasing him on electronic monitoring. Okay?
Thank you, sir.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Dudley.
Hi, Allie B.
Mr. Spence, is Mark Hopkins Rodney's grandfather?
Yes.
He's
Yes,
having
okay.
trouble getting online.
Yeah, well, his camera was off, so I'd removed him. I'm going to add him back. I'm
Your
going
Honor,
to
what
add him back.
He's in the hospital.
he's in the hospital. He's trying to do it on his phone.
No, I understand, but his camera was off.
Oh.
Yeah, he can't get his camera to come on.
Oh, you can't? Okay.
No.
No, that-
Jorge's been working with him trying to get that fixed.
Okay. I just added him, so we'll see. I want him to be here.
Okay.
Layla Elder.
Your daughter first. First part of it'll be for your daughter.
Your Honor, we have a representative from CPS here on this case too.
CBS is, okay, for Elder. All right, Layla, I'm Judge Kim. This is a detention hearing. When a kid's brought to our facility, you need to see a judge within 2 days. I need to decide whether to keep you here or release you. If I keep you here, you need to see a judge every 10 days while you're here. You have the right to remain silent. You have a right to an attorney. Mr. Youngblood is your attorney. Edwin, are you here today? No, we're going to ask Mr. Berger to step in and fill in. Mr. Berger is the gentleman in the green shirt. All right, so Layla, you've never been here before. On November 20th, Haltom City were dispatched with a theft call. The victims, Layla's mom and older sister, said that you had stolen her wedding ring and her sister's purse and wallet. You told the police that her mother should go check the pawn shops, which led police to believe you stole the items.
Hold on. Did she just say her sister's wedding ring and her mother's prison wallet? Seriously. Seriously. What the fuck did he just say?
Youngblood is your attorney. Edwin, are you here today? No, we're going to ask Mr. Berger to step in and fill in. Mr. Berger is the gentleman in the green shirt. All right, so Layla, you've never been here before. On November 20th, Haltom City were dispatched with a theft call. The victims, Layla's mom and older sister, said that you had stolen her wedding ring and her sister's purse and wallet. You told the police that her
Purse
mother
and wallet.
should go check the pawn shops, which led police to believe you stole the items. The ring's value was $2,500. The purse and wallet combined value is $220. So now yesterday, about 7 o'clock, Haltom City was responding to domestic that occurred on November 21st. Your mom said that on that date, you and her got into an argument. You flipped her over, causing her to hit her head and lose consciousness. She had to go to the hospital and have a CT scan done. It was determined that she had a concussion. We have the CPS is here. Parents are not here.
Parent, stepfather's here, Your Honor.
Stepfather's here. Where's the stepfather? Oh, in the parent room. And the department is here.
Yes, Your Honor. Her name is Megan.
Megan, are you? There we go. All right. So, Megan, what's the status right now of Layla?
As of right now, she's we're still investigating. We need to speak with the stepfather and the mother.
So right now, you don't have temporary or permanent management conservatorship?
No, we don't. She's still under her parents.
That's fine. So you're just here to observe more than anything else.
Yes.
All right. Thank you. And the investigation is from when? Is there a previous incident or is it from what I'm talking about right now?
It's from when you're talking about.
Okay. All right. And have there been previous investigations?
I believe that there was one previous for her father, a sexual
abuse charge.
And that was ruled out, reason to believe?
Your Honor's reason to believe he's in jail.
Reason to believe, okay. All right.
Yeah, so do we understand what that means? No wonder the poor child is acting out. Oh, dear. Oh, I don't believe if a biological parent did that to a child, I would even bring a step parent in. Why the fuck would there be a step parent involved at this point? This is, and also, did somebody flip her over and make her unconscious? Or did she flip them over? Because that seems to go over the line of discipline to me if you're knocking somebody unconscious. She flipped the mom. Very sad case all around. Well, stop. This is the kind of kid who might prefer to be in a juvenile facility. Let's see what level she's at. If she's at a level 1-0 right now, might be indicative of her being able to behave at a place where she's quote unquote safe.
So stepdad, do you live? I mean, I guess you live there with Layla and your wife. Is that still family unit?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, were you there when this happened, the assault or the theft?
I was there for the assault.
Okay. So are there other problems that have been brewing that this has just kind of come to a head, or is this just out of nowhere?
To be forward with you, I feel like her father raping her was the catalyst for all of it. And we just have not been able to regroup.
Is there any counseling or any therapy?
There was, and then we moved, and no, so not currently, no.
When was the last time she went to a counselor?
It's been all year.
Oh, 2020?
Right.
Your Honor, when I talked to the mom this morning, she indicated that Layla's resistant to counseling or even talking about the incident at this point.
It's a process.
Yes.
That's why it's important to keep with it, right? You can't give up because it is a process.
Agreed.
So has she been violent before? Or is this the first time her being violent?
I mean, situations escalate often, not to the point of blows. I feel like that was mainly the drugs and the situation that she's found herself in lately.
Right, so drugs involved?
Yeah. Bottom line, she's been gone. We filed the wrong way, and so I'm assuming that is.
How long was she gone for?
Weeks. She was gone for over a week. Came back for a day.
You know where she was staying?
She what?
You know where she was staying?
Not positively, but according to the cops, it's one of 3 spots, all of which are no good.
Right.
I think my wife and I's biggest concern is trying to get her in somewhere.
Right. Has she ever been prescribed medication?
So she had a stint at JPS hospital, and then they moved her to Millwood, at which point they threw everything at her.
Right.
So
is
yes,
she prescribed any medication?
She's not on anything now, no.
Okay. Did you know what medication she was on?
The only one that I'm aware of is Seroquel, because that's the one that upset me.
Why did it upset you?
So I'm fairly familiar with the drug, and I didn't think that a 15-year-old, 14-year-old at the time should be given that right out the gate, day one, which is kind of the situation. She was suicidal, so they medicated her and proceeded around all that for the time that she was there.
She assaulted her mom. She's 15. This is devastating. This is a rough one. I don't know if I was a parent, I would have called the police, but again, she maybe had to call an ambulance because she was knocked out. And to be clear, I'm speaking about the child acting out, not the other thing. I would obviously have called the police after I finished with the person for them to come collect the body.
Dad, when was the last time she ran away?
She was gone when she got arrested.
Okay. You mind if we give her a drug test?
Not at all.
So what I want to do on this one then, Mr. Victorson, is, okay, I'm going to detain you for now because I feel like you're going to run away. You're going to be a danger to yourself and to others, okay? Mr. Victorson, I want to go ahead and order a hair follicle test. All right, so we have that history. That goes back 3 to 6 months. They have to let us know what you've been using. All right, I'm also ordering a psychiatric evaluation. It seems like you really need to see a mental health professional. And so I want to go ahead and get that started to see, because of your prior history, just to make sure. Mr. Victorson, let's also do a psychological evaluation. And so see if there's other things that need to be addressed.
Yes, Your Honor.
Layla, the best thing I could say to you is if you get your behavior level up to 1 outstanding, that opens the conversation to figure out where to put you other than here, right? Maybe CPS has a good placement for you. Maybe home is best for you. There's all kinds of options on the table. But if you're not level 1 outstanding, if you're causing problems here, then you will just stay here. Okay? The idea of our juvenile detention facility is not to punish kids, but it's really to remove them from the community because they're either a danger to themselves or danger to others. Show me you're not going to be a danger to yourself or to other people, and then I want to get you out of here. But if you can't be a level 1-0, then that tells me that you're going to be a danger to either yourself or to other people, okay? So you understand what I'm expecting from you, right? Okay. No matter how bad a situation is, Layla, it can always get worse, right? So don't make it worse, make it better. You dug yourself into a little bit of a hole here. What you need to do is stop digging, okay? Just stop digging and find your way out, okay? All right, thank you.
Mr. Oliphant, can you wait for me in the lobby, please?
All right, Roger Jones.
Tough case. I'm not sure she dug the hole. I think somebody else dug it, shoved her in it.
Mr. Jones? Yeah. All right, Mr. Jones, I'm Judge Kim. This is a 10-day detention hearing. Deciding whether to keep you here or to release you. If I keep you here, you need to see the judge every 10 days while you're here. You have a right to remain silent. You have a right to an attorney. And your attorney, Mr. Adniji, I think I saw him earlier. Latif, are you here?
I'm here, Judge.
Good morning, sir.
Judge.
So, Mr. Jones, this is the one with the homicide for your spending the night at buddy's house, and his mom's boyfriend is the deceased.
He'd like to go home, Judge, for Thanksgiving.
I beg your pardon?
He would like to go home for Thanksgiving.
Oh, you'd like to go home for Thanksgiving. All right. So, we're in negotiation stage. We have a a sibling for Mr. Jones here too, right?
That's correct. Mom was trying to join through the Zoom, but I don't see her on the screen.
It's starting out that way, Mayor, isn't it?
All right, and we have an announcement on December 10th. Correct, Mr. Anuji?
Yes, Judge.
Okay. All right, Mr. Jones, I'm deeply concerned about the seriousness of this offense. All right. And part of it's also the attempts to conceal the offense. I look at that as more adult type behavior than juvenile behavior. And so I'm going to detain you. December 10th, though, we will know if you're going to have a trial or if it's going to be an agreement. So at least, I know you've been here for a long time. That bothers me as well. But I'm deeply concerned about the safety of the community.
And it's been on for most of the time.
I beg your pardon? Oh, yeah, no, and Mr. Jones, I will take the time to tell you, I have noticed that. Every time we come to these hearings, I've noticed you are level 1-0. And believe it or not, that is, while that's not giving you an immediate benefit in front of me, that is something your attorney is using to help you in your case, that you're not causing problems back here. So don't give up on that part, because there is a benefit to that. You just may not see it right away. Okay? All right. Thank you, Mr. Jones.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Mr. Anuji. Have a happy Thanksgiving.
No, I'm still here for some other cases.
Oh, okay. Well, have a happy Thanksgiving anyways, if I forget to.
You too.
All right, Marion King.
What's going on, Miss Kim?
Hello, Marion. All right.
Your Honor, his mother is on today.
Mother's on. Good. Where's the mother?
Miss Staten,
I'm here.
Deidre Staten.
Oh, hello, Miss Staten.
Hi, Judge Kim.
So, all right. So you're level 1-0, right?
Yes, sir.
You dip down to, what do you dip down to, Mr. Mitchell?
I can't see where he dipped. I have to pull up his.
Was it just a 1 acceptable?
I think so.
So, Marion, we're at this point now. We had a deal, right? You're level 1-0, but then you dip down a little bit, right?
Exactly.
Probably make you a little bit nervous.
Yeah.
So, okay, don't put yourself in these situations, right?
Yes, sir.
Just don't. I mean, you can live your life right or not. So, at this point, I'm going to deal with you. I am, may not seem like it, but I'm incredibly frustrated with the district attorney's office on this case because of so much, just everything lagging, all right? But I made a deal with you. I'm having second thoughts now, but you know what? If I make a deal, I'll keep my word. Okay, so let you out tomorrow, 10 to 2, all right? But that's a hard 10 to 2, all right? Don't tempt me. You better be here 5-10. You better spend your last 10 minutes in the parking lot, okay, and walk in at 1:59, okay? So I made the deal with you. Gonna let you out at 10 on EM. You need to be back here inside our facility by 2 o'clock, and you can have your Thanksgiving lunch with your family. And this is mostly because I'm just frustrated that this case is taking so long, all right? And that you've done your part. I see some changes in you, okay? But I made a deal, and I'm always gonna keep my word with you, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you, Miriam.
Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Your Honor, do we need to get an EM put on him today?
Yes, I have a EM. Well, yeah, that's right. They're gonna be gone tomorrow, so we can put them on today, correct?
Yes, Your Honor. I spoke with Bernice Mack about this morning, and she said that if you're still contented to release him tomorrow, she would take care of all the EM paperwork.
Bernie Mac?
So I'm signing the EM order now. We'll fit him today. That way it's already on him when he gets released tomorrow. Mom, make sure everything's ready, okay? Because
Yes, sir.
window, and that's it.
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. May I be excused, Your Honor?
Thank you.
Yes, Mr. Mitchell. Have a happy Thanksgiving. Gaga Livingston.
Hiya, Jody. Make sure to clock in for your shift.
I thought I did. All right, Mr. Livingston, I'm Judge Kim. This is a 10-day detention hearing. You've been here with 10 days, so I'm reviewing the case, deciding whether to release you or keep you here. If I keep you here, you need to see a judge every 10 days. For some reason, you did something where it made me make a note to not let any of my associate judges to review your case. And let's see. Anyways, you're here for, I guess, the possession of weed and the aggravated robbery, but you're at level 3. So, Mr. Livingston, what happens when you're not level 1-0?
Dang.
You get detained. All right. So hopefully next time I see you, you'll have something better news for me. Okay. All right, thank you, Mr. Livingston.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Dylan Moore.
Yes, sir. Yes,
All right, Mr. Moore. Judge Kim, this is a detention hearing. When a kid's brought to our facility, you have to see a judge within 2 days. I have to decide whether to keep you or release you. If I keep you here, you need to see a judge every 10 days while you're here. You have the right to remain silent. You have a right to an attorney. And your attorney is Candace Taylor.
Hi, Judge.
Hello, good morning. All right, so you're here in 2019 for a weed case. You got supervisory caution. The Grand Prairie Police brought you in yesterday. According to the police, there's a 911 call from CPS saying that she was on the phone with your grandma. You were punching holes in the wall, throwing items around the hotel room where y'all live. When they got there, they heard a female voice saying, "Dylan, calm down, the police are here." Young male voice screamed, "I don't give a fuck," and remarking, "There's going to be spilled blood, I don't give a fuck." An officer announced himself. He was admitted to the hotel room by grandma. You were in a rage. Teeth clenched, fist clenched, full body flexing. You made verbal resistive threats toward the officer, daring him to tase him. Second police officer got there. They ordered Dylan to turn around, hands behind his back. He complied, were cuffed, escorted back to patrol car. They found multiple holes in a door in the hotel room. When they asked about weapons, you say you didn't have any, but you had a cigar package. So they found tobacco. And so they found what presumed to be ecstasy in your pocket, which tested positive for MDMA and methamphetamines. So, officer said during the interview, a young female continually ran towards and tried to climb on a third-floor railing. There were small dogs present that were constantly barking. Grandma said that you had asked for $20 for drug money, and she declined, and you went to a rage. You have pending charges in April for a stolen car, taking your grandma's car without permission. And in August, evading arrest. Police tried to pull you over, you sped away, hit a strike parked vehicle, got out, got on the ground. When they asked you why you didn't stop, you say you didn't like the police. You run away for weeks at a time. You're positive for weed. And Dylan, if I let you go, I think you're just going to cause more damage and hurt more people, put more people in danger. So I'm going to go ahead and detain you. I mean, this is the result of your own decisions. At some point, you're going to get tired of coming to Kimbo. Yes, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Do we have a parent here for this one, Ms. Taylor? Or?
I did not see his grandmother, Judge.
Your Honor, I did send her the Zoom link. Shauna Collins from CPS is on the Zoom link, but grandmother has not, that I can see.
I'm on Zoom.
Oh, she is? Okay.
I'm on Zoom.
All right, thank you, Ms. Moore. I'm sorry you're going through all this. I hope you understand the position I'm in.
I understand.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Moore. Have a happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you. May I be excused, Your Honor?
Yes, Ms. Taylor. Have a happy Thanksgiving.
You too, sir.
Rodney Moore.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Moore. So I saw you yesterday. We had a conversation. I specifically said I will let you go because you've been consistently good in following the rules. And I told you specifically if I was to let you go, the deal is that no social media, no Instagram, no YouTube, no rap music, no weed. I told you get back in the porch. You need to disappear from social media. And so I think, Grandpa, are you here?
Yes, sir, I am, Your Honor.
Okay, there you are. I'm sorry.
Yes,
you're in the
sir.
hospital. Are you okay, or is there something serious?
Well, due to the broken ribs, I had fluid collecting on my lungs because I couldn't breathe well, and they're doing some treatments and whatnot on me. I could be up here a few more days, but I'm recovering.
I'll tell you, when I saw you yesterday, you looked like I wouldn't have believed that you were in that much danger. So you were
Yeah.
pretty well.
Yeah, I know. I didn't realize it, but I was collecting fluid in my lungs, so they're taking care of it. I feel a little better today. Thank you.
Glad to hear that. Yeah, so Rodney, I told you, and you said you understood that you will stay off of social media. That's a fair deal. And you were on Instagram Live just within a couple hours of being released. So I don't know what part of our prior conversations you don't think I'm a straight shooter, but I'm serious. When I say something, I'm serious about it. I will keep my word. And so when you go back in your end of the deal, it cancels the deal. Yes, Mr. Moore, do you have a question for me?
Yes, Your Honor. I know my grandson really messed up here, and I think he has a real addiction to social media. I think that's what that is. But he did not. He came home. He was obedient. He was compliant in every way. I mean, he really seemed intent on doing the right thing. Except for that, when I left, I guess he found some phone that he had stashed away and did his little thing. But I mean, I don't know what to say, Your Honor, but he really was intent on doing the right thing as far as staying out of trouble and everything. But this is something else.
Yeah, so where do you get the black and mild from?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
You know, he has friends in the apartment. They could have come to the door, anything.
That's what I'm thinking. Rodney, you had a question for me?
Yes, sir. I really think I should just start I should just turn off the phone, give it to my papa, and just stop worrying about this stuff. Like, it's gotta take time just for this stuff to happen. But all I gotta do is just give my papa the phone that I hid and just stop doing this and then do what you told me.
Well, again, remember we've had conversations where I say that if you keep on lying to me at a certain point, I don't know when you're telling the truth.
Yes, sir.
Honestly, I don't know if you're telling the truth right now or not. Like, I don't even know. Before I would say, you would say something like that. I'm like, I believe that that's what you want. I just don't know if you're going to do it. Right now, I don't even believe that's what you want. I think you just want out of here so you can do your own thing and you don't care. Now, that being said, you know, the irony of all this is, Rodney, is you're saying all this FTK. You know, these are the exact same pods that TK stayed in. He came out of this court.
I didn't say FTK.
Yes,
I said FTK.
yes, you did. Don't lie to me. So, you know, but yeah, this is the same facility that TK was in before he went to adult court. So that's the irony of this all, is that you're starting this beef with somebody who was here just a couple of years ago. Anyways, so Rodney, I made a deal with you and I let you out. I held up my end of the deal, even though I was hesitant. At this point, you know what happens. You have the rules, you break the rules, there's consequences. It's gonna be like, and when I told you this is gonna be like this all the way to your 19th birthday, I was serious about it too. It's gonna be like this all the way to your 19th birthday. So either you decide you're gonna live straight and do the right thing and stay out of here, or you're gonna do your own thing and just spend a lot of time in here. Yes, sir.
It is really I am going through a lot of stuff right now.
This is the problem, Rodney. You're 12 years old. You're not supposed to be going through a lot of stuff. Right now, you're supposed to be playing video games, playing some basketball, maybe talking to a couple girls. But, I mean, you're not supposed to be going through a lot of stuff. You're not supposed to have problems at 12 years old. Your biggest problem at 12 years old is who you're going to eat Thanksgiving dinner with, right? But if you refuse to act like you're 12 years old and keep on making adult decisions and ignoring the rules of the court, then you don't get to make those decisions the court makes those decisions for you, so you have no Thanksgiving with anybody, right? And that's just, if you want to grow up, I'm going to treat you like a grown-up. If you want to be a kid, I'll treat you like a kid. It's one or the other, right? So at this, and just let you know, your arson case and your injury to a child case, those aren't gone, right? I mean, you still have those pending. I was just letting you out while we resolve those cases to figure out what's going on, because I thought you had earned it. But you weren't even out for 24 hours. You were out for 19 hours, something like that. Yeah. Anyways, well, good decisions come from experience, and experience comes from bad decisions. And so hopefully this is an experience that you can make good decisions in the future. But we'll watch your behavior level. We'll see how it goes, and then we'll make a decision in the future. But for now, I'm keeping you in here.
All right.
All right. This is what happens when you went on Instagram right away. All right. Isaac Murray.
So yeah, for
Next case,
anybody
Judge.
unaware, that case there was a very infamous case that we watched happen live and then have watched again and again and again. That was Lil Rodney. He is a kid from Texas, and he was charged with both arson and then injury to a child because he did injure a child with a pew pew. If we recall my trip to Houston a few months ago, or was it last month? A few months ago. My trip to Houston, I happened across this girl in the hotel who went to school with Rodney and followed his mom on Instagram, and somehow we got to talking about court, like what I do and court, and she knew about Judge Kim, which is so unusual. That's, the odds of when I tell somebody about court, they don't know a judge. Like, the odds of them knowing a judge are so slim. And she was like, "Oh yeah, Judge Kim, I used to watch it." I was like, "Let's talk." I actually still have her phone number. But anyways, so yeah, the mother is horrible. She never shows up. It's like a fucking soap opera. The mother's horrible. She never shows up. She had an arrest warrant out for her arrest. The grandpa is there all the time. He's turned his life around, but he also is sick. So now he's in the hospital. I mean, it's just like, we've got it all. Denali Mike, welcome. People were asking about you. See, I told you he's here. He did this last night too.
Yes, Mr. Spence, thank you again.
Thank you.
Mr. Murray, I'm Judge Kim. This is a detention hearing. When a kid's brought to our facility, you need to see a judge within 2 days. I need to decide whether to let you go or keep you here. If I keep you here, you need to see a judge every 10 days. You have the right to remain silent. You have a right to an attorney. All right, so Isaac, you have never been here before. Yesterday at about 3 o'clock, police were this is the robbing the ice cream man.
Yes. This is the co-defendant.
Co-defendant on ice cream. All right, so that being said, I don't know. Do we have a parent here?
Yes, Your Honor, we should have a mom.
Mom here? Isaac, is your mom Miss Lewis? No. No? Okay, I don't think we have a parent here then.
We should have, I called her when she was on her way into JPD, and that was closer to 10 o'clock in the morning.
That's fine. We have Miss Keenan. Miss Keenan's your appointed attorney.
Yes, I'm here, Your Honor.
Is that mom coming in?
Yes, Judge.
Yeah, Isaac.
Yeah, I heard my laughing.
All right. Hello, Miss Murray.
It's Bustos.
Brousseau? Is that what you said?
Bustos?
Buscos. Okay. All right. So, Isaac, here's my thing. We have not met before, but I have this rule of thumb that whenever a child is brought in on a charge involving a gun, I always detain them. Because I do not believe children should be with firearms unsupervised. I'm a big proponent of the Second Amendment, but children don't qualify for that yet. So anytime a kid has a gun, I always tap the brakes, pause, make sure the situation is safe. My decision is about making sure that you are safe and the community is safe. And so not knowing who had the gun, there were 2 guns and 3 people. And so not knowing where you were, we're going to probably get the updated police report that will identify If you are in fact the person without the gun, then you have no history. There's a chance I'll release you. If you're the person with the gun, I'm gonna hold you for a little while to make sure I feel comfortable about releasing you. Mom, I did want to ask, what are Isaac's grades like?
He's good.
What's good?
He's not A.
Okay, so what are his grades though?
He's 70, 80.
Okay, how is this? Okay, Mom, how is the 70 good?
It's not good.
Okay. See, and that's, you and I agree on that one. Okay, so Isaac, and that's one more thing. If you're not doing well in school, that tells me that your focus is not where it's supposed to be, which makes me hesitate about releasing you. What's his attendance like, Mom? Is he going in person or online?
He does virtual and online. I mean, and in school.
In his school. Is he skipping school at all?
Not at all.
Not at all. So, okay, that's good. What are his friends like?
Well, the one that he was with the other day, he really doesn't have any friends. He has one friend named Mauricio that lives in Everman. He goes to school, and that's the only one that I really know of. The one down the street that he was with, I don't know.
Yeah, that's a problem. You make sure, the friends are what gets these kids in trouble, right? Okay, so at this point, Isaac, I'm detaining you. You're gonna spend Thanksgiving here. We're gonna watch. We'll see you at the 10-day detention hearing. We'll see what the police report says, and I'll make a decision whether to release you back to your mom or to keep you here. It really depends on what the report says. Okay?
And Your Honor, I'm sorry. I just wanted to add that we did receive a supplemental, and it's indicating that the victim did identify through the clothing of the suspects. Also, the adult person was interviewed, and he did indicate that he was the one that drove the other subjects to the offense.
Okay. Do we know which ones had the gun? Were they identified by the
And that was not identified in that supplemental. either.
So we'll wait for the other supplemental. That'll give us an idea. There are only 2 guns, so chances are one of the 3 is getting out. I just don't know which one yet, Isaac. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. So what are they? Can they still?
Ma'am? No, ma'am, I don't mind. Did you have a question for me?
Yeah. So what are they saying, that he robbed somebody at gunpoint?
Yeah, so there's an ice cream man and a gray Chevrolet pulled up. 2 people got out. Both of them pointed guns at him. One person stayed in the car, and one of them pistol whipped the ice cream man, stole $150, drove off. There was a witness who videoed it, and then the police pulled over probably about half a mile away. The driver stopped. 2 of the 3 ran, including your son. The other person stayed in the car. And so, even if your son did nothing wrong, the fact that he ran for the police does not bode well for him. That's not, he should have been like the other one, just been like, I did nothing wrong. I'm just sitting here. So, but my concern is, the big concern is, I'm always concerned when you run for the police, right? You shouldn't run. But my big concern is when kids are using guns in crimes.
Right.
That's a really big deal for me, because you and I both agree that kids should not have guns unsupervised by adults.
Like he doesn't need to rob anybody.
Well, hopefully he doesn't rob anybody, right, at all. So we don't know. We only have the initial police report. We'll get the supplemental reports. They'll give us more information. I will let you know that if your son is actually the one that pistol whipped the ice cream man, then it's very unlikely they'll release him anytime soon. If it turns out that he was just a person in the car and the other 2 went out and did it, then things look much better for your son. Okay? It really just depends on what the witnesses say. Okay. Do you have any other questions for me, Mom? Okay. All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Aldo Solis.
That's it.
This ice cream man.
Yes, Your Honor.
Hello, Mr. Solis. I'm Judge Kim. This is a detention hearing. The law says when kids brought to your facility, you have to see a judge within 2 days. I have to decide whether to keep you here, release you if I keep you here. You have to see a judge every 10 days while you're here. You have the right to remain silent. You have a right to an attorney. We've appointed Mr. Berger as your attorney for today. So you're 15 years old. You have never been. We have so many first-time offenders today, Stephanie. All right. So Fort Worth Police brought you in for aggravated family violence. They're saying yesterday about 5 o'clock. They were dispatched for domestic. Your 17-year-old brother said that he was driving down the road and you got mad because he would not stop at Starbucks. And so you punched your brother in the face, cutting him. You stopped the car. The 2 got into a fight. Then they stopped fighting, and then you said you were going to shank him. Then they continued home. When they got home, you pulled out a silver knife from your pocket and said you were going to shank him. Witness intervened, the police were called. Over Starbucks. All right, do we have a parent here?
No, Your Honor. Mother stated she wanted to be present, however, she had to work.
I understand. All right, Aldo. Here's the thing. I'm deeply concerned if I was to release you that you're just going to stab your brother. And so I need to keep you here to protect your family, your brother from you. Decisions have consequences, right? And so this is just a consequence of your decision. Whether you meant to or not, this is just where we're at. It is what it is. So Aldo, you'll be in here. We'll review your case. We'll decide whether it's safe to release you. But I'm going to let you know now, I'm going to consider things like where your brother is in the home. There's a very good chance I will not release you unless there's another place that you can live. Because I don't want to put you back in home with your brother that you threatened to stab, you hit him unprovoked, and you also pulled out an actual knife. So just let you know, this is where I'm at. This is why I'm thinking what I'm thinking. Please make good decisions. Also want to let you know, since it's your first time here, if you're not level 1 outstanding, I'm not going to release you. Because that means if you can't be level 1 outstanding here, you're not going to be level 1 outstanding at home. And so I need to make sure you're going to follow the rules at home. The best way I can do that is see that you're following the rules here at Kimbo. So if you're going to cause problems here, then you're going to spend Thanksgiving here, Christmas here, New Year's here, your next birthday here, your next birthday here. You won't get out until you can show me you can behave. All right? That's what you have for you, Aldo. Yes.
Judge Kim, I'm sorry. I'm actually his attorney.
Okay.
And I'm wondering if you want to keep him the full 14 days or if we have a plan where he can go elsewhere and he's one outstanding prior to that.
So you don't have to have a detention hearing. Just come by the court and tell me what your plan is. And if JPD is on board with it, DA is not, these aren't adversarial, so they're not part of the process. It's not ex parte. Yeah, if JPD is comfortable with the plan and it's something that you think is reasonable for me, I'll consider it. We don't have to have a detention hearing until I actually release them.
Thank you, Judge.
I was going to say, just run by the court if you're concerned about that, or if you have an idea. Okay.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, thank you. So at this point, I've concluded my portion of this detention hearing. Judge Porter is going to
Better than we deserve.
the remainder of the detention hearings. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
Happy Thanksgiving, Judge Kim. Thank you. And good morning, everyone. Javon Marquez Walton.
Yes, sir.
All right. How are you, Mr. Walton?
Great.
Mr. Walton, my name is Judge Porter. The law says when you're brought into detention and initially detained, you must see a judge every 10 business days thereafter. This is your 10-day hearing. You have the right to remain silent. You also have the right to an attorney. And your attorney, Mr. Berger, he was here. He's still here. All right. The court has previously determined that probable cause exists to detain you. Dude, you cut off your monitor and gone for like 7.5 months. So, but you're level 1-0 in the back, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And is that mom in the parents' room?
How you doing? Good morning, Your Honor.
I'm okay. Mom, where was he 7.5 months? Or is this mom or grandma?
Mother.
Okay, mother. Where was he for 7.5 months?
What it was that he was over there. I know her by Tootie. It's Jael mother. It was a possibility of his baby mama, mother-in-law. They the one that was harboring him over there for that long. We done sent the police out there multiple times. CPS done been out there, notified saying that he's out there and everything else. So I was aware of where his awareness was at. It's just I was waiting for him to do the right thing. But by them being in his ear and that girl being in his ear, it took so long for him to turn himself in because he would have been here a long time ago.
If it had been up to you, yes.
Yes, sir.
You know, and I remember your face now that I've gotten to see you without the mask. I remember your face from last spring. He is level 1-0. What concerns me is that if I let him out, he's going to go back to the girlfriend.
No, he's not. No, he's not.
How are we gonna stop that?
If we,
Hey, Javon, you don't want to say anything. Let your mom talk, okay?
if we could, we have been talking on the phone to see if we can get him on the monitor till his next court date. For 2, I have relocated. I don't stay in the vicinity of Fort Worth area no more. I stay in Grand Prairie.
Okay. Mr. Berger, help me out.
Judge, I think that could work. We're not set till December 11th, and I understand that there's an MHMR component to this case, and I definitely would like to have a look at what that says. It seems to me that Mom, if he's at home and he's on an EM, I think he might be able to at least get to the next hearing and show that he's capable of following the rules.
All right. I'm going to take a brief recess. Hold on, y'all.
I just did that, Judge. I got me some brie and crackers, and that's what we're eating. Hi, Loud Elvis. Who else is here? Guys, make sure that you've clocked in.
Y'all. It's somebody in the courtroom. Okay.
Also, Your Honor, I can also do a follow-up on him for his MHMR. I'm going through it myself right now, so I know where to go and everything else.
Have you already hooked up with the office out out your way where you're living now?
No, sir, I have not.
Okay. Do you know the address and everything?
Yes, sir, I have the community service lady. She has my new address.
Okay, and you have her phone number and you have her address at the office?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
No, Ms. Chapel, he was asking you about the MHMR.
Oh, yes, I can go. I have the number and everything from where I had to go through it myself. So I can take him to the one that's, I think it's out there in Bedford. I can schedule an appointment ASAP today to see if we can get him in to get him evaluated. And then from there, I just moved to Grand Prairie, so I don't know the MHMR office around there, but I know there's one over there off of Circle Drive. And that's the one that I'm going to right now.
Mr. Bose, what concerns do you have? Because you've worked with Javon just a little bit longer. I remember from this past spring, though, a little bit about the family. Do you have any concerns?
It was just him absconding and being with, at the time, the
girlfriend.
Maybe if he cannot have any contact with her, which is one of my recommendations later down the road, but folks in health is something that we can work on for now.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, Javon, I think for right now, and while it's real important that you get to know your kid, right now, you don't need to be in the same room with your kid's mother, okay?
Yeah.
Or any of her family, just for right now, because when that happens, bad things happen.
Am I allowed to say something?
You really don't want to. I don't think Mr. Berger wants you to say anything right now because I don't think there's anything you can say that's going to help you.
Yes, sir.
Am I correct, Mr. Berger?
You're on mute.
You're muted, Mr. Berger.
You may be frozen.
Sorry, Judge, I'm muted. Yeah, I don't want Javon to say anything.
Mr. Bose, what's his girlfriend, ex-girlfriend's name?
Jael, I'm not sure of the last name.
Mac, M-A-C-K.
Okay, Jael.
M-A-K?
C-K.
M-A-C-K.
Okay.
Jesus, so good. Yeah, shit. I wonder why I'm now hungry in the evenings.
Javon, you have been level 1-0 for, golly, 12 days. I think you need to be rewarded for that, but don't burn me this time. Okay, you burned me last time because I think I'm the one that let you out last time. And I said, don't burn me, and you burned me. Don't do it again. No contact with your girlfriend or ex-girlfriend, okay, until further approval by me or Judge Kim or your JPO. Now, here's my goal, though. That is just temporary. Eventually, I want to get up to a place where you have proven to me that I can trust you again.
Yes.
And then what I'll try and work with Mr. Bose on is setting up a neutral visitation site where you get to visit with your kid, okay? But you got to earn that with me because you burned me by running off for 7.5 months where I didn't know where you were, okay?
Sir, I got you.
You have to live with mom. You have to maintain level 1-0 for mom.
Yes,
and you can't cut off your EM again. If you cut off your EM this time, we're done. There's nothing else that I can help you with. Okay? But I'm taking a leap of faith that you're not going to burn me again.
Yes, sir.
Am I making the wrong decision?
No, sir.
All right. That'll be the order of the court.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Thank you, Porter.
Thanks, Mom. Good to see you again.
I see you too. Happy Thanksgiving.
Same to you. All right, Quintis Dante Collier.
Yes, Your Honor.
What?
Hey, Mr. Collier, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good, good, good. Everything going okay for you in the back?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Collier, my name's Andy. My name is Judge Porter. Law says when you're brought into detention and initially detained, you must see a judge every 10 business days thereafter. You have the right to remain silent. You have the right to an attorney. Your attorney, Mr. Adeniji, is here. And we are just waiting for you to wait out your transfer to Woodward Academy, right?
I think so. Yes, Your Honor.
Yep, that's it. So if I were to release you today, you'd have to come back into detention for a whole additional 2 weeks to start that quarantine period, and that delays it. I don't want to put you through that, all right? So I'm going to go ahead and order you be detained.
I was trying to avoid this before you say that. The mom asked me, and I think she should be on the Zoom, if you let him go on for Thanksgiving.
I can't. That would start the quarantine period all over again.
Your Honor, I would have no problem doing that.
I appreciate that, but I have to be
because Judge, the last time the promise was to consider him for release.
Anyway.
Maintains level 1 outstanding, and he's done that for a period now.
I appreciate that, but I'm the one that has to kind of be detached from the situation, and I have to do what's going to be in his best interest. And if delaying him getting to his placement by 2 weeks hurts him, even to the possibility that he might lose that placement to somebody else, that's not in his best interest. And I've got to make the call that's in his best interest. So as much as I would like to be able to let him go home, it's not in his best interest. So I got to order to be detained. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Judge.
Did y'all catch Andy Porter's name at the
All
beginning?
right. Heaven Garcia. All right, are you Mr. Garcia?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Garcia, we've met before. My name is Judge Porter. The law says when you're brought into detention and initially detained, you must see a judge every 10 business days thereafter. This is your 10-day hearing. You have the right to remain silent. You also have the right to an attorney, and your attorney, Mr. Adler, is here. You've been level 1-0 since the 21st. However, given your history with the electronic monitor, I am certain that if I were to remove you to allow you to go home today, you'd remove the electronic monitor, you'd be in hiding, we wouldn't be able to find you, and you'd abscond from the jurisdiction of the court. So I'm going to order that you be detained. Thank you, Mr. Garcia.
Okay, Your Honor, may I be excused?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Dotson. Happy Thanksgiving.
Same to you, sir.
All right, Terry, Eric, is Randy Bowers here? Because, wait, I skipped one. I apologize, everybody. Let's go back and do Deja Huey. I apologize, y'all. Okay. Miss Huey here? There she is. All right. Good morning, Miss Huey. How are you?
Good.
All right. We've met before. My name is Judge Porter. The law says when you're brought into detention and initially detained, you must see a judge every 10 business days thereafter. This is your 10-day hearing. You have the right to remain silent. You also have the right to an attorney, and your attorney, Brian Willett, is here. The court has previously found that probable cause exists to detain you. So I won't go into the reason why you're brought in here, but Deja.
Sir?
What happened? You failed to level 3. What happened?
Mad at people, getting in arguments with peers.
What happens when you get mad at people in the back? What happens to your level?
It drops.
And what happens if your level drops?
Mm-hmm.
You're not eligible to be released, right? So what do I have to do today?
Judge, just
You're on.
the advisor says she's a level 2-0.
Okay.
Your Honor.
My information said she was a 3. Okay, that's better.
Your Honor,
Yes.
I believe she's set for long-term placement on Monday, so I don't think you were going to let her out anyway, obviously for the same reason as the last case. But we've already got something set up, and I think her cases are going to end up, if I've got this right, are going to end up being dismissed once she enters into that placement, is what I understand from Andy. So.
All right. Well, then, Deja, I will order you be detained today. I hope everything works out for you on Monday. Thank you, Mr. Willett.
Thank you.
All right.
Your Honor.
Terry, Eric, and this is Miss Peters. Have you read the report that came back from the doctor without saying any more than that?
Yes, Your Honor. It's pretty lengthy.
Okay. I have not seen it. Do we think we're now going to be able to go forward, or are we still at a pause?
No, Your Honor.
Oh, that kills me. Okay.
But I've referred it to both Janet and Ms. Bowers. I've sent it to them. We have court set, but I know they're going to have to do whatever they do.
Okay.
Mom is here.
Okay, that was my next question. Hi, Mom. How are you doing?
Okay.
Okay. Mr. Berger, do you mind filling in real quick for Miss Bowers?
Not a problem, Judge.
Thank you. Where is Terry? There he is. All right. Hey, Mr. Eric, how are you doing?
Good.
I'm okay. How's your arm doing?
Good.
All right. My name is Judge Porter. We've met before. The law says when you're brought into detention and initially detained, you must see a judge every 10 business days thereafter. This is a 10-day hearing to determine if you should be released to a parent or guardian. You have the right to remain silent. You also have the right to an attorney. And Ms. Bowers isn't here today, so I'm going to appoint Mike Berger to be your attorney during this hearing. Do you see Mr. Berger on the screen? He's got a green shirt.
Yes.
Okay. Your hair has gotten a little longer since I last saw you.
Yes, sir.
You had it cropped shorter last time.
Yes, sir.
So let me talk to Mom if I could real quick. Mom, what are your thoughts on how things are going?
Boys being in here.
Oh.
if you could, can you pull a little closer to the computer for me? Thank you. Well,
Progress from probably being in here, or maybe.
have you had a chance to talk to Terry while he's been in detention?
I touch on almost every day, every other day.
How's that going?
It's going pretty good.
Ms. Peters, has he been going, has MHMR been coming here, or has he been going to MHMR?
MHMR has been coming here. Now, after he had this last psych, I'm not sure if they've been since the last psych,
Okay,
which was last Friday.
okay. What has his levels been in the back? I know he's 1.0 now.
They've been fluctuating between 1 and 2 and sometimes 3. They'll go up and then they'll come back down.
Have we figured out what triggers a level 3?
Your Honor, can I look real fast?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Because if he has a trigger,
it's a lot. It's mostly non-compliance issue. They're disrespectful to staff or just argumentative, talking back.
Terry, how are you doing in school in the back?
I'm doing good. I go to school every day.
Okay, and tell me what doing good means.
Like I'm passing class.
Okay, and passing with like a 71 or passing with like an 85?
I make like 80s, or sometimes I make a 75 or a 70.
Okay, what's your worst class?
Like a 60.
No, but what subject?
I think it's math.
Okay, and what's your best class?
My best class is I can't think.
That's okay, take your time. What class do you like best?
Reading.
Okay.
Hey, can I talk to him real quick?
No, you stay with us real quick, okay? Mom, what do you
My best class was sex ed. I excelled at sex education. That was my best class in school, for sure.
About whether Terry should go home today or not.
I think he should go home today.
Pardon?
I think he should go home today.
Okay. Have you been working with the people at MHMR?
No, they just work with Terry. I guess.
Okay.
The case that he called, whatever. But they call me. They do keep me updated on what's going on. The lady.
Okay. Have they suggested things that you can do in the home to help Terry once he eventually comes home?
Yeah, but I think they was waiting for I guess they have to wait till everything is over with, I guess, so they can. I don't know how it worked. There was already, he was already with MHR. I think he just needed to be on some type of medication, and he didn't want to be on their medicine.
Okay.
I think that was the biggest problem, trying to get him on the medication so he can get better.
Ms. Peters, you understand my struggle here?
I do, Your Honor.
And I know Ms. Bowers had a handle on all of the permutations.
She did.
This case has ambled along. And so Mr. Berger's working in a vacuum here. And we're trying to dance around a lot of the issues.
I think if you give him a chance, I really think he'll do what he's supposed to do. I don't think he'll get in trouble in the future. I really think that he'll do like he's supposed to do. And
Do you think can you promise the court you'll get him back to court when he's supposed to come to court?
Yes, I always he when somebody comes, he gets mad because he can't get time out. He'll just get mad. He'll just leave. He take the money out. But I worked day and night looking for him, and I also kept in contact with her, letting her know. But
You can block Streamlabs.
the kids he was with, I guess their parents didn't care about him being over to their house or not. But I don't think you'll have that problem out of him. I think he'll be okay. I don't think he'll do anything else to get back in her anymore.
Well, but what I'm concerned with is two things. Are you going to be able to get him to his MHMR appointments, and can we make sure that he doesn't cut off his EM this time?
Yes, if he have MHMR appointment, yes.
Okay. Will you work with Ms. Peters and Ms. Bowers in making sure that he gets those MHMR appointments and goes?
Yes, sir. Yes, for sure.
Ms. Peters?
Your Honor. Your Honor, can I ask you if he does go home, just to make sure to court him to tell him he needs to take his meds?
Yeah. Terry, you understand that taking your meds is really not optional right now, okay?
I take it every day. I'm taking it every day.
Well, I know you take them in the back, but I need you to also take them when you go home with your mom.
Yeah, I take them at home too.
Okay. Ms. Peters, do you think this can work this time? Has Terry gotten to a place where he's going to be okay?
I hope so.
Okay.
I've been here long enough that it may sink in a little bit more.
Okay. Terry, I'm gonna go ahead and authorize you to get to go home for Thanksgiving.
Hey, thank you. Please.
But that is conditioned on you have to wear the electronic monitor, and you have to take your meds, and you have to go to your MHMR appointments that everybody sets up for you. Okay?
Yes, sir.
If you cut off the monitor, you're just going to be back here again, and I don't want that. I want you to be home, living with your mom, and taking care of your mom, and y'all taking care of each other. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Can you do that?
Yes, sir. Yes,
All
sir.
right. Thank you, Ms. Peters.
Thank you, Your Honor. May I be excused?
Yes, ma'am. I really appreciate your help. Thank you,
Thank
Mr.
you.
Berger.
Thank you, Judge.
I'll be right back, everybody.
Okay, Judge. Hi, Tin Man. How you doing? Please make sure you've clocked in for your shift. That goes for everybody here. Ali B, we're gonna add you a command that starts with love. I was laughing. I'm like, we got kink, but we don't have the love command. Also, oh, Sashina's there. I don't think we have one, Sashina. We'll make a Jesus command, Ali B, but you're not gonna like what I make it say. Stick with the love one. Make it say something like, love, Allie B from Tennessee wants you and me to love E or something. I don't know. Something like that. And
Thank you,
then
everybody. All right. Yvette Moore. Okay. Mr. Moore, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Oh, better than I deserve. Mr. Moore, the law says when you're brought into detention and initially detained, you must see a judge every 10 business days thereafter. This is your 10-day hearing. You have the right to remain silent. You also have the right to an attorney, and your attorney is here. All right. Is grandmother here?
Yes, sir.
better than I deserve.
Labeled Deborah Simmons.
Thank
Yes,
you.
I'm here.
All right. Hi, Miss Simmons. How are you?
I'm good. How are you, sir?
Well, better than I deserve. That's for sure.
Bless
All
you.
right. Miss Simmons, Mr. Nava, well, the court has previously
Better than I deserve double. Oh my god. Wow, that's amazing. Also, yeah, Colin just came up with one. What did he say here? Allie B from Tennessee is very lovey to you and me. Wants you love you and me. Allie need is love. Maybe is Sashina tired? Are you doing okay? I don't know if that one makes sense. Oh, Jonathan's here too. You can add John. Oh gosh. All right. Anyways, that was two better than I deserves. I love the better than I deserves.
determine the probable cause exists to detain you, so the court won't go into why you were initially detained. But Mr. Nava has let me know, grandmother, that you want Mr. Moore to come home. Is that correct?
No, that is not.
Oh, it is not.
That was a
Okay.
typo on my part.
Pardon?
That was a typo on my part. I apologize.
All right. Tell me why not, grandmother.
Devin has too many problems. He's on drugs. He goes in and out. He steals from me. He's angry. You know, things that make him angry. I hit a wall last time he did go outside and hit the brick. But Devin hit his sister last year, and CPS said he couldn't stay here. So they moved him. We did a power of attorney with his uncle in Illinois. He was having seizures and crying and stuff like that. So they asked me, could he come here for a visit? When he came for the visit, he just refused to leave. He does not respect me. He does not respect my rules. He does not go to school, not even online. I put him in therapy. The last 2 sessions, he disappeared. And I had the therapist come into the house. I got him in a program where the therapist can come here. And he's just not complying on anything. He says he wants to just smoke pot. That's what he lives for. And he steals money to do it. He steals from me, my 13-year-old granddaughter, my debit card. Nothing is safe. He's stolen my car like 3 different times. Damage was done to it. Nothing was done to him. Even though 7-Eleven had pictures of him, and the police came here because they had my license plate, but I had reported the car stolen. Devin is trouble. I want no part of him here. Him nor his friends.
All right, Harmony, what are your thoughts? After being bulldozed.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. My heart is hurting. My heart is hurting. And he needs help.
I understand that. Your Honor, all I know is that so the original case that I believe Judge Kim was concerned about has been rejected, the theft of a firearm case.
Yes.
So he still has those other 2 pending cases. He is at a level 1, and I know if he can't go back to live with Ms. Simmons, then you know his only option is to go back to Illinois, where I believe they do want him back. But I don't know if the court is ready to let him go. We do have a pending hearing on the 16th.
All right. Mr. Moore, the best thing you can do is to maintain level 1-0. That puts your attorney in the best possible position to argue for the best possible outcome for you. If you're level 3 in the back, or even level 2, that makes her job so much harder. So you want to maintain that level 1-0 in the back. As for right now, I don't have an appropriate person to release you to. And based on what your grandmother told me, even if I were to release you right now, you wouldn't obey their rules. So I've got to order that you be detained. That's going to be the order of the court. Thank you.
How long will you be detained?
Well, we'll have another hearing in 10 days, 10 business days.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you. Nathaniel Santiago Pena. And Mr. Houston, the grand jury approved a determinate sentence petition. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right. Mr. Pena, my name is Judge Porter. The law says when you're brought into detention and initially detained, you must see a judge every 10 business days thereafter. The court has previously determined that probable cause exists to detain you. And so the court will not go into the reason for that underlying detention. You have the right to remain silent. You also have the right to an attorney, and your attorney, Mr. Houston, is here. You're level 1-0. You have been since the 8th. However, the underlying facts of this offense are too serious right now that I can authorize your release. I believe that if I were to release you, based on these facts, you would still be a danger to yourself or to the community. And so on that basis, I'm going to order that you be detained. Thank you, Mr. Pena. That will be the order of the court.
Charlie.
Be right back, everybody. All right, Victor Rios. Hello, Mr. Rios. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
Mr. Rios, my name is Judge Porter. Why do I think we've met before?
I don't know.
Okay. The law says when you're brought into detention and initially detained, you must see a judge every 10 business days thereafter. This is your 10-day hearing. You have the right to remain silent. You also have the right to an attorney, and your attorney, Mr. Adler, is here. The court has previously found that probable cause exists to believe that you engaged in delinquent conduct such to warrant your detention, most specifically for burglary of habitation and possibly a theft of an AR-15. You've been level 1-0 for the last 4 days. So, Mr. Adler, what are your thoughts?
I thought I was on mute. Sorry, Judge. Judge, if I could ask the mom some questions.
Sure.
Thank you. Ma'am, the first question is, do you work?
Yeah, sometimes.
So do you want your son to come home today?
Yes.
And Judge Porter's going to want to know the level of supervision. So who would be at home to make sure he's behaving properly?
It's gonna be, well, I'm not working that much, so it's gonna be me and my sister.
How old is your sister?
She's 22.
And who lives in the house?
His sons. His sons are like 25 and 24.
Whose sons?
My sisters and mine.
Oh, so there's 4 of you that live in the house?
Well, counting my kids.
All right. I'm not being clear.
Yes,
Who lives in your house, ma'am?
My sister has 4 kids, and I have my kids.
Okay. So between all of, and are any of the kids have any kind of criminal history or criminal activity Judge Porter needs to be worried about?
No.
And do you want your son to come home on the electronic monitor? Does he have runaway problems?
No.
So do you want him on the electronic monitor, or do you just want him to come home and he's basically a good kid except for these charges?
Yes.
He behaves and respects you? Ma'am?
Yes.
Okay. I don't have any further questions, Judge.
Mr. Rios, The one great thing about having a mom in your life that cares about you as much as yours obviously does is that no matter what, she's always going to be there for you. No matter what. And you're very lucky to have a parent like her. That's the good news. The bad news is you've got a judge who can step back from the emotional situation and evaluate the facts on an objective basis. Breaking into somebody's house, allegedly, stealing an Xbox and a firearm, especially an AR-15, is very, very concerning. It also, some of the information in the police report suggests that maybe that this was a crime of opportunity, that y'all were waiting for the homeowner to leave. And once you saw her absence, you took advantage of that opportunity. Additionally, we've got a suggestion in the police report that guns were being thrown out the window while the police were chasing y'all. And one of those guns was never recovered. So possibly there's a gun out there in the hands of a 7-year-old kid that could end up hurting somebody else. Those are all facts that are very, very scary to me. And while you've been level 1-0 for 4 days, that's not enough to convince me yet that if I were to release you, you would not be a danger to yourself or others. So on that basis, Mr. Rios, I'm going to order your continued detention. We'll have another hearing in 10 days. Thank you, sir.
I never went to level 2. I only went to 1A because I took too long on a phone call.
Thank you, sir.
You're not helping yourself, buddy. Thank you, Judge.
Xander James Thomas.
Yeah, we can do that in Discord, a video chat between all of us one day. Arrange that.
Good afternoon, Mr. Thomas. My name is Judge Porter. The law says when you're brought into detention and initially detained, you must see a judge every 10 business days thereafter. This is your 10-day hearing. You have the right to an attorney, and your attorney, Mr. Adeniji, he's still here. Let's get him started. Lateef, can you come back? There we go.
I never left, Judge.
All right. And Mr. Thomas, you also have the right to remain silent. The court has previously determined that probable cause exists to detain you, so I won't go into the basis of why you were initially brought into detention. But let's talk about your level in the back, Mr. Thomas. It's level 2A, right? What is it?
I should be a 1-0 today. Yesterday I was a 1A.
Okay. Ms. Blair, what does your information indicate?
My information indicates level 2 acceptable. He was last on level 1 outstanding on November 23rd, and then on the 24th, he was on level 1 acceptable for slow to comply, talking and making noise in the cafe. And then today it states level 2 acceptable for not following instructions, slow to comply.
Mr. Adeniji, what are your thoughts?
I leave the court with the discretion.
All right.
But the dad is here. I've been wanting to talk to the judge.
Oh, okay. My apologies.
Mom's here too.
Oh, Mr. Walensky. So, what are your thoughts?
Judge, I'm going to let you make the call on this one.
Well, you heard Miss Blair. He's Xander's not really following the rules like he's supposed to be in the back. And if he's not following our rules, I'm not sure he's going to follow your rules too.
I think his mom is here too. You might want to talk with her as well.
Her video's not on, Judge. It's Helen Nicolo.
Correct. Ms. Nicolo? You're muted. You're still muted.
Okay, there. Can you hear me now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, great.
The information that we have is that Xander still cannot follow the rules in the back. And so right now, because I don't think he can follow the rules in the back, I don't think he'll follow your rules or Dad's rules at home. Xander, put your hand down. So what are your thoughts, Mom?
Well, I just think that you're right. I mean, I don't think he's been there long enough to really think about what's going on here. I just think he's just playing the game and going along with it. I mean, he took the monitor off of his foot. You know, he makes promises he does not keep. He doesn't want to go to school. He wants to do it online. He's having issues in the school. So the only way he is going to school is by being there. I mean, I don't know what much more that I could do to get him to realize that, you know, this isn't a game.
Mom, you are exactly right. Dad, you're exactly right too. Because I can look behind your eyes. I can read what you're thinking. You're exactly right too. Xander, it's not a game.
My hands are tied.
And you are going to go to school one way or another. You can either do it in the free world or you can do it back in detention. For the next 10 days, you're going to get to do it back in detention. All right? That's going to be the order of the court. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. We need to stop the live stream of YouTube. Judge Kim?
Stop it then. All right, that is it. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me this evening. I've had a wonderful time. I hope you have too. I am excited for the upcoming week that we have ahead of us, and I hope you are too. Please make sure that you have liked the video and go back and leave a comment if you're feeling very generous. Yeah, remember, I love you. I'm proud of you, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Oh, we will set up the Zoom meeting, but maybe that's how we should do our Sunday meetings from now on for Court Watchers Anonymous. Zoom in, talk about our addictions. Love ya. Bye.